I just want to really quickly give everyone a background. I'm not really a PR person, I'm a multimedia production person. I got my bachelor's in mass media at Missouri State, and I got a degree in sound design at Vancouver Film School. So for about 4 years before I started working at Missouri State, I was actually an audio engineer in New York. Then I came back here and started working at Missouri State 3 years ago. So again, my background is production, not in PR, not necessarily in communication. So some of the stuff I'm going to say is completely from that perspective, so if I bad mouth something, I work in the Office of Web and New Media. There's 5 of us in the office, or 5 full-time employees. We have about 8 to 10 students at any one given time. Mainly I'm New Media, the other 4 the general web people. And again, I've been the New Media producer for 3 years now. Some of my duties are all of the university's social media presences, the official presences, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Foursquare, blogs, I'm forgetting some, I'm sure. And then I also do a full video production shop along with social media, and I have a couple student videographers working for me. And I'm in charge of all the digital content for the websites, and then I just do general web development at the same time. Kind of busy, actually. So, why are we talking about this? Online video is the fastest growing medium in the history of the world. Online video went from basically nothing to total mass market saturation in about 3 years. YouTube first went online in 2005. By 2008, it was everywhere. So again, fastest growing medium in the history of the world, faster than television, radio, anything. And this is the most recent stat I have. As of May of this year, 48 hours of video is being uploaded to YouTube every minute. A year ago, it was 24 hours. May of 2010, it was 24 hours. 6 months later, it was 36. So every 6 months, it's just another 12 hours of video being uploaded every single minute to YouTube. And that's not even talking about Vimeo or any other site. That's just YouTube. So why should you be doing video public relations? Extending the impact of your traditional media. You don't just have to have a text press release. You can include video and other things in it. My favorite thing is that you can show your personality instead of telling somebody. If you send someone a text press release and you're telling them this is what it's like here, this is my company's personality. If you can actually show them that personality, it makes a big difference. I wrote Spice Up Your Boring releases. Again, not being a PR professional. When I see a text press release, it's all text, I'm not interested. I'm kind of with that internet generation where I want bullets, I want visuals, I need things like that. So again, it's really easy just to spice things up. Adding credibility. You can include an expert with your press release. A really quick interview of an expert really goes a long way. Authenticity. Getting someone to speak in their own voice, not marketing speak, not PR speak. Actually having someone just speaking in their own voice, I think that adds a lot. Really makes what you're trying to do more authentic. And then the final thing is, the potential for people to share your content. If you create good content, people are going to want to share it. You don't have to do all the work. You can let people do the work for you by creating brand champions. So for the purposes of this, what we're going to focus on is more simple, authentic videos, not polished marketing videos, not like a 4-minute thing with a narrator, music, and all this beautiful stuff. We're talking really simple little video clips, probably focus on just interviews, really simple things like that. The impact of YouTube. Again, YouTube went online in 2005. It made video social. YouTube allows commenting. It's really easy to share content from YouTube. And basically just democratized video content for everyone. Anybody can create video. Anybody can post video online now. And it changed our perception of what's acceptable and what's watchable. I'm sure everyone in here has seen some really horrible videos on YouTube. My favorite concert footage is somebody's holding their phone. It's just distortion. But by what's acceptable is, what I mean is that high quality isn't necessary. I'm not saying make a bad video, but it can be simple. It doesn't have to be super high quality, very polished. It's nice when you can do that, but it's not a necessity. And then I wrote here perfect synchronization because, again, that history of YouTube starting in 05, by 08, it was just saturated everything online. The flip camera came out in 2007. I think that had a lot to do with it, or at least the last 5 years. It's just really exploded. So that flip camera, along with YouTube, ushered in what we've called this good enough video revolution. So again, not super high quality, really polished, but good enough. The viewers, they'll accept these simple videos. They don't really need this really high quality stuff. So again, we've all watched really bad quality videos on YouTube, and we're kind of used to it now. I don't think you should settle for good enough necessarily, but you can get away with it. I'll say that. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying that you can make a bad video and it's going to work. You still need to have really quality sound. You need to have visuals. Your video needs to tell a story. If just holding your phone up in a concert, that's not a good video. So we're talking simple, but not bad quality necessarily. So portable camcorders, this doesn't exist. It's really small. Anything small and portable that records video. So the flip cam is what everyone's really familiar with. But since flip came out, tons of companies make different ones. Kodaks are my favorite. Sony makes them. There's probably 10 companies that make all these different little portable camcorders like this. I'm going to go through some of those. Most iPods now have a video camera. Who in here has a smartphone? Okay, everyone has a video camera in your pocket, or most of them. So anything small, anything that has a video camera. So some of the advantages of these cameras, that's it. Ease of use, speed, and cost. As far as the ease of use goes, it's kind of small, but everyone see that big red button? That's how you use this camera. That's all it takes is to press the big red button. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration now. In the middle of this, I'll show you how you guys do this. I'm going to fix volunteer. Can I sit in the front row? Okay. Here's the power button.
To Stacy.
What's your name?
Yvette Mitchell.
And where do you work?
I work at Cox Health.
Great. So what's your position in Cox?
I am Director of Corporate Communications.
Okay, and what is that?
We deal with external communications, so media relations, and also internal communication to our employees, our staff, and volunteers, physicians.
And what's your favorite color?
Favorite color is purple.
Perfect. Thank you. So that's how fast you can make a video. That's not necessarily the best video ever made, but if it wasn't you. So the great thing about these cameras, most of these flip cameras and things, is they have a USB plug built into it. I just hit this button, USB cable pops out. So I can really quickly just plug this into my computer. Let me get this to work. Turn on my presentation for 1 second. Oh, you can see that. There we go. So I'm looking at the folder system on this camera right now. So there's the video I just recorded.
Question.
Drag it on my hard drive, yes.
Is that FlipCam software?
No, this is just the folder view on the Mac. It's like opening a folder on Windows.
Okay.
So while we just had that interaction, this video is on my computer. It's ready to go. While we're doing this, I'm just going to really quickly upload my video I just made to YouTube, just as an example. I'm going to make it private so nobody sees it. Okay, I'm going to come back to that in a second. So, that was pretty easy. What did that take? 2 minutes? It's not that long, but really easy to use. And again, speed, you can see how quickly I just recorded that video. It's on my computer. It's uploading to YouTube right now. You can do something, not a 20-second video like we did, but 2-minute interview. You can go somewhere, film that, come back to your office, have that thing online. I mean, the whole process can take 30 minutes, less, depending on what you do. If you're going to edit your video and edit out, say, like me asking you questions, it obviously would take more time. But if you want something really quick and easy, you can have that thing online in just a few minutes. And as far as cost goes, the most basic setup, something like this, $100 or less. That's all you need. Because we all have computers in our offices, you don't need to buy anything else. There's a lot of options, which I'm going to go through in a second, but it can be that simple and that cheap. Disadvantages, I put that in quotes, because again, this is talking about that good enough. It depends on your perception of this. Often, well, not often, all the time, these cameras have pretty low audio quality compared to a more professional camera. They have a microphone built in, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. I'm sure you've noticed if you've filmed on your phone or your iPod, the audio is not always the best. I just skipped. Anyways, that was audio.
What's the fix for that? Is there a fix for that?
Yes, there is, and I'll get into that. Sorry, I'm an audio person, that's why I jumped right to that, because I was complaining about audio. But then again, sometimes lower quality video. This foot cam is about 3 years old, and probably if somebody has a new iPhone, your video camera is way better than this. The newer foot cams, like the one Nikki has right there, they shoot in full HD resolution. This is a compressed HD format. I don't want to get into all the technical stuff, but they used to not be the best quality, but now, it's really, really good quality. So as far as video quality goes, it shouldn't be an issue anymore. So let's talk about a couple examples really quick. The flip cam, which I just used, again, it was the originator of this really small portable camcorder. They do have HD quality, simple to use, big red button. The problem is there's no real options. There's no inputs. You can't put an external mic like you were saying with the audio. You have no control over that. I put WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. There's nothing special. You can't do anything else with this than just this. The cost of these, well, right now the cost is about $50 for one of these because Flip died. It was discontinued in April. I think I paid $150 for this camera. I probably could buy one for about $15 or $20 on eBay right now. But so the price is dropping pretty dramatically right now. They're still selling them. The company, you can still go to the website and buy cameras, but the price is dropping. I was looking today; it's like $50 or $60 for the highest level of camera. And I put rendered obsolete by smartphones and competitors. Everyone was saying, it's because smartphones, we all have cameras on our phone. We don't need this anymore. But I think one of the big problems was just the fact that there's no audio input. There's no options with this. It's just almost too simple. I think after you use this for a month or two, you're going to want more options. So there's still a lot of these cameras out there. These Kodaks are a great example. I don't have one, unfortunately, on me, but same size and everything as this Flip. It has expandable disk space. It has an SD card reader like you put in your digital camera, so you can add more space and record more video. They do have an audio input for an external microphone. So something like this takes care of the audio issue because you can just put a nice lav mic on somebody, run that to your camera, and you get a really nice audio recording. Better quality overall. This is, if you've ever played with one of these, they're pretty cheap plastic things. That's kind of the point. But I've busted a few. Somebody was telling me that they've broken theirs already too. But so this is just a little higher quality camera. The cost is probably $100, $175. And they have really nice sharing options. You can kind of see on the bottom there's some buttons for YouTube and Facebook. You can record on your camera and hit a button, it's going to upload straight to YouTube. You don't need to plug it into your computer, which is really nice. Some other options I was looking